Am I the butthole for blowing up at my wife for going to her gender reveal appointment without me? My wife and I are expecting our first baby together. We made an appointment to find out the gender of the baby. To me, this is very important. I had hopes for a boy. Unfortunately, on the day of the doctor appointment, I had to attend my friend's birthday that I remembered last minute. I asked my wife if we could cancel the appointment and go another day, but she looked shocked that I even considered canceling the appointment and going to my friend's birthday. I said I had no choice. She said canceling the doctor appointment was off the table because these appointments are restricted to specific time and date and we can't miss it, so she'll go alone. I told her no because that'd be selfish of her, and besides this will ruin the news of finding out if the baby is a boy or a girl. She cut the discussion and told me to go to the birthday party. I did, then later found out she didn't cancel the doctor appointment and went with her mom. I came home seething and blew up at her. I started arguing with her about going behind my back and doing this without me. She said it wasn't her fault I prioritized a party over my child. I told her I didn't prioritize anything. She literally could have canceled and we would have gone another day, but clearly, she was trying to steer the fight in a direction where I look like the neglectful and irresponsible one. We fought some, then she said I'm probably angry with her because it's a girl, but I responded that she was wrong. She went outside the room claiming I was stressing her out, now acts as I owe her an apology on top of everything else, but I feel upset and like I was deceived by her. Am I the butthole? Info. First off, Jesus, I swear I came here thinking I was somewhat justified in my frustration, but I was wrong it seems. Although I just want to point out that I did not just go to the party without telling my wife and having a discussion with her first. Also, the friend lives 2 hours away, so I had to leave at 2 and the appointment was at 4. I did not know she went, and I would have appreciated it if she at least was upfront with me about what she did. She could have said she was going anyway, but instead told me to go to the party and had me thinking she was going to cancel and reschedule. Edit: for those who are speculating on the type of parent I am. We really don't know enough to make those assumptions, so I'd appreciate it if you just focus on the conflict I just presented.
You asked your wife to reschedule the gender reveal appointment because you wanted to go to a birthday party. Your wife gives a valid reason for not rescheduling, and you called her selfish because you wanted to go to a birthday party. You told your wife she couldn't go to the appointment without you because you wanted to go to a birthday party. How dense do you have to be to not realize the moment you asked her to reschedule the appointment you were prioritizing the party over the appointment? I feel bad for your wife. You the butthole. Am I the butthole for limiting financial support to my daughter upon finding out she wants to live child-free? I have 2 children, a son who was recently married and plans to have children, and a daughter who is still studying. Before she told me she plans to live child-free, I offered to help her financially in buying a car, as I did with my son a couple of years earlier. However, now that I know she doesn't plan to have children, I feel like the money will be much better spent helping my son with buying an apartment which he plans to in some time. I reason that the humble wealth I have accumulated over the years thanks to my hard work, I only could do because of my parents' financial contribution to my education, etc., so I would like to pass to future generations to help them go into life as well. I feel like supporting my daughter anywhere beyond the level of living a decent life would be a waste, because she won't pass it forward as my parents did to me. On the other hand, supporting my son would mean increased life quality for his family and his children, allowing the wealth to flow down the generations and improve my grandchildren's future. My daughter, however, is very unhappy with my decision, because she obviously would want a car. She says I promised, which I did, but under different circumstances. She says it's unfair because my son doesn't have children yet as well, but it's not really important cause he plans to have them, and is actually looking to buy an apartment for the family. I just don't want to indulge my daughter's wishes to get a car, when my son will clearly need the money more to make his family's life better. I however agree that it would mean I kinda would be breaking a promise, so would I be an asshole to refuse to pay for her car? Edit. I just want to make it clear that in no way am I trying to manipulate her reproductive decisions. I respect her decision and am not doing this as a way to force her to have children. At no point have I suggested I'd reconsider if she got children against her decision. All I'm doing is reconsidering what amount of support will she need with no children to support, as compared to my son who will need to support the family. You the butthole. You're trying to coerce your daughter's reproductive decisions. Stop it. If the consequence of her being truthful to you about how she feels about her future is that you will cut her off financially if you don't like what she wants for her future, she will be 100% justified in just stopping sharing with you her feelings about things. You're setting yourself up to ruin your relationship with your daughter. And, if she ever does have children, for her to keep them away from you because she doesn't want them around a manipulative, disrespectful
Would I be the butthole for going to my friend's unwedding reception? My buddy Kalen was supposed to get married to his fiancée Kaylee next weekend. They were together like 4 to 5 years and seemed like a perfect couple in love, happy, always doing sweet things for each other, etc. We always joked that they were relationship goals. So everyone was shocked when Kaylee called us last week frantically asking if we knew where Kalen was. He just didn't come home from work that day, no warning, no nothing. I don't know what all went down, but a couple of days ago Kaylee makes a post that the wedding is off but there's still going to be an unwedding party, reception because it's too late to get most of it the refunds. Immediately after, Kalen starts messaging all of us upset, asking if we're going. Apparently, he was going through something but wanted to stay together, and Kaylee broke up with him instead. Now he's devastated. He's furious that we're thinking of partying when that will be just a hard day for him and he needs support. Our friends are split. The way I see it, I already took time off for the wedding, our cabins are already booked and I don't know if we can get refunds, we already bought new clothes for the wedding, and we were looking forward to a romantic weekend away in the mountains. It sucks that Kalen is heartbroken, but he kind of brought it on himself. Plus, Kaylee has upgraded the cash bar to an open bar. But my other friends think that since we're his friends first we should be there for him when he's going through a hard time even if it's his own dumbass fault and that we'll be responsible if he harms himself while we're partying and drinking. They say we should use the time off to do something nice with him instead. Not the butthole. WTF are you going through that you couldn't even call or text the person you were supposed to marry? Clearly, the excuse wasn't good enough if she broke up with him anyway. Enjoy the open bar.
Am I the butthole for asking my daughter and her fiancé to change their wedding date so my other daughter could attend? I have 2 daughters, April and Kate. Kate is getting married this March. Now none of us knew the date till we got the invitations. When April got her invitation, she called me saying that since she's due this month, she's expecting her baby, then the chance of her attending her sister's wedding is slim. It dawned on me and we started discussing all possible scenarios. April said that even if she gave birth a week or 2 before the wedding then she won't be able to attend either because she'll need time to settle and recover. I agreed with her but was hesitant when she suggested I talk Kate into moving her wedding for at least 2 months. I called Kate and told her about the conversation April and I had. I asked if she could consider moving the wedding date a couple of months so April could attend and she shut it down immediately. I said that her sister cares about her enough to want to be at the wedding so bad and she should really consider because it's better to wait than have a wedding with missing family members. She said mine and April's request was unrealistic and selfish because she and her fiancé spent money on the venue, invitations, food, etc. I said I understand but really are those things more important than her sister's presence at the wedding? God bless them with a good relationship and missing the wedding without a doubt will make April hurt. Kate rudely said this isn't about April but I warned her that April might get so hurt she'd consider letting her meet the baby once he arrives. Kate got mad and told me to stop bullying her into doing what April want and told me it was her wedding and no one has the right to tell her what to do. I asked what was with this attitude and she hung up. I tried calling her and her fiancé asked me to stop forcing the issue and let the sisters work this out but I think that as their mother it's my role to navigate through their disagreements. They said I'm meddling but I think I'm trying to work this issue out. Am I the butthole? You the butthole. Are you well? What exactly are you thinking? Unless you are going to pay for a new venue and new invites, re-coordinate the wedding party, pay for any new flights for wedding party members who have booked non-refundable travel, and handle all the calls from confused attendees who get the re-invite, then no, this is not reasonable.